Life is a journey filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. Each step we take is a part of our unique path. We all have choices to make, decisions that shape our future and define who we are. These choices can be daunting, but they are also opportunities for growth. God created us with free will, giving us the ability to choose our own paths. This freedom is a gift, but it also comes with responsibility. But He also loves us deeply and unconditionally. His love is a guiding light, always present, even when we feel lost. He wants the best for us, desiring our happiness and fulfillment. His plans for us are filled with hope and promise. God speaks to us in many ways through the beauty of nature, the quiet moments of reflection, and the stillness of our hearts. He guides us through His Word, the Bible, offering wisdom and direction for our lives. Each verse is a message of love and guidance. He speaks to our hearts, whispering truths and comforting us in times of need. His voice is gentle yet powerful. Sometimes He uses other people to guide us, sending friends, family, and mentors to offer support and wisdom. God's voice is always loving and kind, never harsh or condemning. It brings peace and reassurance. He will never lead us astray, and His guidance is always true and trustworthy, leading us towards our highest good. When we listen to God, we are on the right path, moving towards our purpose and destiny with confidence and faith. Obedience is simply trusting God's voice, believing that He knows what is best for us, even when we cannot see the full picture. It's about following His plan, trusting that His ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Even when we don't understand, even when it's hard. Trusting in God's voice means having faith that He will lead us through every challenge and bring us to a place of peace and fulfillment. When we obey God, we find peace. Our hearts are calm. In the stillness of obedience, we discover a profound sense of tranquility that permeates our entire being. We know we are doing what's right. This assurance brings a deep-seated joy and contentment that nothing else can provide. We may face challenges, but we know God is with us. He gives us strength. In moments of difficulty, His presence becomes our anchor, guiding us through the storm. Obedience is not always easy. It requires sacrifice, and sometimes it means going against our own desires. Sometimes we want to do things our own way. We struggle with our own plans and ambitions. We think we know better. Our human nature often leads us to believe that our path is the best path. But God's ways are higher than our ways. His wisdom surpasses our understanding. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. When we align ourselves with His will, we tap into a divine perspective. When we surrender to God, we find true freedom. This surrender is not a loss, but a gain of a life filled with purpose and direction. We are free from worry and fear. In His embrace, we find a refuge from the anxieties of life. We are free to live a life of purpose, a life that reflects His love and grace, bringing light to the world around us. The Bible is full of stories about obedience. Noah obeyed God and built an ark. Abraham obeyed God and left his home. Moses obeyed God and led the Israelites out of Egypt. These people faced many challenges, but they trusted God. They knew He would be faithful, and God blessed them for their obedience. We see examples of obedience in our lives too. People who put God first. They serve others. They live with integrity. They show us what it means to follow God. Section 4. Facing storms with God. Life is full of challenges. We all face storms. It could be illness, job loss, or relationship problems. These storms can make us feel afraid and alone. But God is always with us. He promises to never leave us or forsake us. He is our refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. When we obey God, we can face our storms with courage. We know He will see us through. We can trust His plan even when we don't understand it. Section 5. The joy of following God's plan. God has a plan for each of our lives. His plan is good. It's a plan for hope and a future. When we follow God's plan, we find true joy. This joy doesn't mean life will be easy. We will still face challenges, but we can have joy in the midst of them because we know God is with us and He is working all things together for our good. Section 6. Living a life of purpose. Obedience is not about following rules, it's about understanding the deeper meaning behind those rules. It's about a relationship with God, a relationship that is built on trust, love, and faith. It's about loving Him with all our heart, soul, and mind. This love transforms our actions and our thoughts. When we love God, we want to please Him. We find joy in serving others and making a positive impact. We want to live a life that honors Him, a life that reflects His love and grace. We want to make a difference in the world. Our actions, no matter how small, can create ripples of change. Obedience gives our lives purpose. It gives us direction and a sense of fulfillment. It helps us to live a life that matters, a life that is aligned with our values and beliefs, a life that makes a difference, a life that leaves a lasting legacy. Let's strive to live lives of obedience. Let's trust God's voice and follow His guidance. And let's experience the peace, joy, and fulfillment that comes from following Him. Let's embrace the journey of living a life of purpose together.